Well, hello everyone. It's been a while, but I have a few more stories, short stories, a few more encounters, and an update. So I was back in Connecticut 2 weeks ago now for a week and some more relamp jobs at churches. So had a few encounters along the way. So uh, here we go. Um, Stayed at an inn, um, closest one to the church I was working on. And the inn is known for hosting Marilyn Monroe back in the 50s right before she married Arthur Miller. So I've stayed at this place a number of times. There's a main house and then there's an annex. So I usually stay in the annex. So one morning, my second morning there, I think it was Monday morning, I woke up early, 6 a.m., right before the sun came up. So I walked outside, checked the car, make sure everything's in there. While I'm standing on the grass, the main house is in view, the dining room windows are right there. And kind of the corner of my eye, I see this black figure walk across the windows on the inside of the house. Now, I was in the house. There's a lounge in there. You can go hang out, talk to other people, uh, part of the main inn, and never felt anything, never encountered anything there before, but there's a black figure walking across the inside of the house. So didn't feel evil. I think a big misconception is people think dark figures or dark shadows are always shadow people and they're evil, but it can be just a spirit that presents itself that way. So I think that was just a figure. I don't know. Of course, I didn't get any information about it, but it was just an interesting side note since that was the first time that had happened there. So anyway, went to a church in Connecticut that I had the encounter previously, way back in 2007. I was there for a church youth group lock in at the church. And I told this on another video. Getting ready for bed, sleeping bags were on the floor in the next room. They had a kitchenette with a few stairs that went up and a door, and it was kind of an unfinished room, storage room, junk room, but it had a sink in there. So I went in there, brushed my teeth, put on my pajamas, and as I was walking out back towards the door, very loudly in my ear, I hear whispered, "Please help get me out of here." Now, since that, of course, I wasn't in touch with my abilities. I didn't know what abilities I had at that point, so I just, peed my pants and ran out at the time. Since then, I've had several mediums out here in Illinois tell me that I need to go cross that spirit over. So, great, no pressure. So I had no reason to go back into this church. It was different than the one I attended, but we shared resources. So this past trip, I was able to finagle our way into the church to look at the lighting, and brought a friend of mine who had helped me with the daycare at the other church, my home church in Connecticut. And she came with me as well, and then another friend to help document what the lighting was. So we got in immediately. I went down cellar. I said, I'm going to check the kitchenette first. So I opened the door, and then a friend follows me in, and I'm like, okay, I'm back. Does anyone need any help? Of course, this is the middle of the day, and it's a little bit hectic. So I didn't know if it would come through or not. Nothing came through to me at the time, but my friend, she stayed behind to try to get a read of the room and see what she could pick up. So we continued with the audit of the basement and then the upstairs and all that. And then later we checked in with her to see what she had felt or sensed or seen. And apparently, two major things. First thing she picked up on was a young couple, or a boy and a girl, like 16, 18, some of that from a long time ago. The clothes were very period 1800s, I think early 1800s. And apparently, what he told her, the boy spoke to her, that they were smitten with each other and they lived on farms across town from each other, but they would meet at church on Sunday. When they went to church, they would kind of meet up and have their little tryst, fling, talk, whatever, whatever they did down in the church basement. And that's where they still are for some reason. Don't know why. but that's what he told her. So that was interesting, but that didn't match up with my story. Later, she walked into another room, larger room, where we had our sleeping bag set up. And she said she saw someone on the floor, an older man on the floor, kind of clutching his side. He was in pain, obviously. Something was wrong. He's saying, help me, please help me. Again, we don't know if it's the same spirit that was reaching out to me for help. So, two interesting encounters there in that church. Of course, that church, like both churches in that town, go back to 1870s when the building was built. The current building was built. So a lot of stuff could have happened in those church basements in the last 100 years. So anyway, that was interesting. But I had another medium tell me more recently that they felt that spirit had moved on. So that may explain why I didn't hear anything. It may not explain it, unless I go down in there at night by myself and then just wait to hear something happen. I probably won't know myself definitively, but that's what she picked up on when she was there. So same town, back at the other church, continuing to relamp. Myself and one other person from the church, we are changing the lights in the music room, which has a high ceiling. And so I'm preparing the tubes to go up to the fixtures. He's on the ladder. I had opened up several closet doors. There's a door for the handbell storage. There's a door closet for the choir robes. Had those doors opened up to change those bulbs when we were finished. And, just going about prepping things for the other person when he starts to come down the ladder and then stops. And he said, "Steve, that door just closed." So I look up, look over, and lo and behold, the door is closed. The other door is open. That door is now closed. Didn't hear any squeaking, clicking, latching, nothing. Just that door just closed. So now he's a believer. So I walked over there. I opened the door back up again. And this is the church where I encountered the lady in the balcony twice. And our associate pastor also saw a lady in the balcony during a sermon at that time. This, again, the early mid-2000s. So I immediately asked, "Okay, is this the balcony lady? Are you here? Are you wanting to communicate? Do you have any messages?" I don't get anything. I said, "Well, I'm leaving the door open. Feel free to close it again if you want to. If it's not you, if there's someone else here, please let me know. And close the door if you want." So it stayed open for the next 3 hours. So I told my friend who's based in that church, and she said, that door does open or close occasionally by itself, and she didn't think it was paranormal. So maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. But based on the circumstances we were in, I don't know why a door would just close by itself. There was no earthquake, or it wasn't, the doors seemed to be completely level, heavy enough that it wouldn't just move on its own. I don't know. But that was an interesting development at that church. First time I'd seen that. So anyway, those are 3 encounters from last week. So I have something else going on. I'm going to be consulting with another medium about the situation in my cousin's attic, see if that is still going on, where I'm supposed to rescue that spirit. But also, I will be going to Lilydale again in August, I think the first week of August, for a few classes on mediumship. So I'm continuing to work on my abilities, and I'm still trying to find a group or a circle or a mentor to help me kind of define and refine what I can and should be doing and which abilities I should use for that. So anyway, that's the update. So stay tuned in a couple of weeks for the next update as I get my next reading and see how far we can take this and what I can be doing with my abilities usefully. So that's it. Any comments, please leave them below. But yeah, check out my other videos if you want some better ghost stories and not just updates. But thank you for watching.